All right, so.
Oh, there it is.
So we don't know a sub n, and we don't know what n is, and that's not what we're supposed to be finding. We're looking for the nth term, okay? So when we finish, we're still going to have an n in our problem. We know the first term is -2. We know that r is the common ratio, and that's the second term divided by the first term. So 8 divided by -2 is -4. Again, I'm looking for the nth term, so n is n. And now I'm going to use the formula. The nth term is the first term times the common ratio raised to the n minus 1 power. Now, this problem said, write the equation for the nth term of the geometric sequence. What that means is, come up with an equation that you can use that will spit out that sequence. If I know n is 1, if I'm looking for the first term, then 1 minus 1 is 0. -4 to the 0 power is 1. -2 times 1 is -2. The first term must be -2. If I'm looking for the second term, 2 minus 1 is 1. -4 to the first power is -4. -2 times -4 is 8. If you put in 3, you're going to get -32. If you want to know the 18th term, you put 18 in for n, and it's going to spit out the 18th term. We just created an equation that will formulate this sequence.
Oh, did we?
Okay. Again, if you'll recall, yesterday we had the discussion that in arithmetic sequences, we did a problem similar to this, and I told you this is really important. You're going to hear about it again. And then when we talked about series, we said that's where that whole little equation came from. So it's the same way with geometric series. So we're going to come back to this. Okay, so there's one more sequence problem that I want us to do.
Let's do it.
We had arithmetic means. Remember we said that was when you had two terms of a sequence, but you didn't know the terms between them. So this is a geometric mean. I have a 5 and I have a 120, and there are 4 terms between those two numbers. I don't know what those 4 terms are, so I'm supposed to find them. I love this problem, by the way, just so you know. Okay, so let's write down everything we know and everything we need to know. I know my formula looks like this. Right? Okay, what's the first term? 5. What's the common ratio?
We don't know.
If I knew the common ratio, I could write these numbers in here, right?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm looking for. Guys, everybody needs to be paying attention. Everybody needs to be taking notes. Okay, now here's the tricky part. What's n?
N.
6.
This is the first term, the second term, the third term, the fourth term, the fifth term, the 6th term. N is 6. Good job. Okay, and so what is the 6th term? 120. So out of all these different variables in this formula, there's only one that I don't know, which means I can use the formula and solve it for r. So 120, that's my nth term, is equal to the first term, that's 5, times the common ratio, which is what I don't know, that's what I'm trying to find, to the n minus 1 power, and I know that n is 6 because I have 6 terms. So I'm going to solve this equation for r. I got to get rid of 5. What's 5 doing? Adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing?
Multiply.
So what am I going to do with it? Good. So 120 divided by 5 is r to the 5th power. 6 minus 1 is 5. That's 24. But I didn't ask you for r to the 5th power. I want r. So how can I get r to the 5th power to be r? Perfect. 5th root. So r is the 5th root of 24. That's my common ratio.
Correct.
Kind of weird, ain't it? 24 is not a perfect fifth. It doesn't contain a perfect fifth other than 1, so I have the 5th root of 24 to deal with. So, this is my favorite part. This is what the terms look like. To get from here to here, I multiply by the 5th root of 24. 5 times the 5th root of 24. You with me? To get to the next one, I multiply this by the 5th root of 24. So 5 on the 5th root of 24 times the 5th root of 24. So I could write that as the 5th root of 24 squared. Right?
Yep.
Everybody with me?
No. What? Okay, carry on. I don't know what you're gonna do.
Okay. So then I multiply this by the 5th root of 24. So that's going to be the 5th root of 24 cubed. This is going to be 5 on the 5th root of 24 to the 4th. You with me?
Yep.
Which means this, are you ready? Is going to be 5 on the 5th root of 24 to the 5th power. But wait! What is the 5th root of 24 to the 5th power?